Federal Minister of Environment is in Washington looking for ways the U.S. and Canada can cooperate. But another delegation is looking for some fast action from the Americans. Melina and Eriel are with a group of First Nations youth who have gone to Washington to lobby against projects they say are bad for their people. What have you seen from extraction of oil from the oil sands that is affecting your community?
Well, Athabasca Chipewyan First Nation is a downstream community located in Fort Chipewyan, which has seen very, very immense, devastating impacts caused from pollutions, toxic chemicals that they use for the extraction process and tar sands that are being dumped into the Athabasca River and that flow downstream to the community. This has caused devastating effects to the water sources, the wildlife that live off of these water sources, as well as the plants, and the community has seen an increase in cancers and a loss of wildlife that they have used for subsistence for years.
Melina, with your, one of your concerns, I understand, is the construction of a pipeline, and that's going to cross through Lubicon First Nation. How will that project affect the people who are living there?
Well, first of all, we already have conventional oil as well as logging in our traditional territory. So there's over 400 wells within our 14-mile radius around our community. So we're also seeing devastating effects. So with this onset of this North Central Corridor pipeline, it will also be coming through our traditional territory and wreaking havoc upon the environmental and as well as wildlife.
So what do you want the U.S. to hear? You know, that's the message.
It's not just an issue between the United States and Canada, but this is a Canadian public issue. We're talking about the Canadian public putting their money into bank systems, which are in turn financing these projects. And some of the biggest banks, like Royal Bank, are contributing billions of dollars to these projects.
Melina, what about for you? What do you think you have accomplished, have yet to accomplish in Washington?
Well, I think what we're calling for is an increase towards investment in renewable energy and a shift away from the fossil fuel regime that we see that's happening, which is having devastating effects on our communities.
All right, I want to thank you both for taking the time to talk to us, and safe trip home.